Hey, many fish. Still September 15th, 2017, about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I see here that we did have a little bit of a incident today. That now, earlier I saw it was 22. I had an article here. 22 injured, double 11. But over here now they're saying it's 29. 9/11. That's what it is, just saying. But I just found it really weird that they had a terror incident today, which the little bit that I've looked at this, I can almost promise you this is as phony as they come. Total drill, total staged, but that's not what this video is about. Even though it has closed down London and put it on lockdown and put their threat level at critical and allowing police to go in anyone's house, anywhere, anytime, stop anyone on the street, so on and so forth. So, again, I digress. But nonetheless, we had some incidents today. So we had our terror attack, but you know what I found really, really interesting? Was we also had over in Nigeria a very terrible accident where 33 people lost their lives in a boat accident in Nigeria. Of course, they're saying it was an overloaded boat. We hear about these all the time, but nonetheless. September 15th, 33 dead. Funny how it is exactly 9 years, 11 years, 9 months, 5 days from this last Nigerian horrible accident we had here, just not far from today's. Remember that from before? Flight 1145 with 110 people. There's a lot more information on these things too. It just leads on and on and on. Did you know on that flight also, 1145, that there were over 50 students from Loyola Jesuit College? That's interesting. And it's loaded. But the bottom line is, everything that I was seeing led to there being an incident today. And now there's two that I can show you, and these two are absolutely directly related. You can't make this stuff up. This is a write-up on the original one in 2005. A Boeing 727-200. 9/11. 9/11. 322. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not that the numbers are necessarily telling us exactly what's going on, but it tells us what we're dealing with, which is a spiritual war that goes much deeper and further and broader than most people seem to be able to wrap their heads around. You're dealing with supernatural powers that have been working in the dark for eons, planning your demise. Okay? You need to understand, if you want to know the truth, you have to know what it is you need to turn from. If there is this depth of darkness and evil, then there must be an opposite, right? That's why I always say, turn everything upside down if you want the truth. It's just a fact. Isaiah 29:15 and 16. You can't make this stuff up. 11 years, 9 months to the day. 33 dead, 22 injured. Oh, man, 110 dead, 11. And then we got North Korea shooting off their missiles again, and we got our good old standbys, Lindsey Graham. We should threaten them, so now the threats are all ramping up for North Korea. And I'm looking on Drudge, and I see how Los Angeles and California are wanting to now prepare for nuclear attacks. And you know where they're preparing the most? You guessed it, right at the giant economic center. I mean, right where the nuke goes off. This is literally right offshore from right here, Long Beach. One of the most, I mean, more goods and money move through here than probably any place in the world. And it leads right back to this. It's just a big, giant, full circle. You remember back in on 9/11, the relationships with the numbers that some people found? I mean, I just dug this out, but this guy was relating the number 11 to September 11th, and also the train attack on March 11th. Same thing I'm doing. And the connections are astounding. And he makes some very, very good biblical connections, especially concerning 11. The Dukes of Edom. Let's not forget the 12 sons of Jacob minus Joseph. And he puts, one is not. And what do we have out in the Atlantic Ocean right now? Jose, also known as Joseph. Another connection to think about. Bottom line, folks, you know, we're in a time where all this stuff will be brought to light. Everything. All of it will come to light, as you're seeing. You just have to really allow the truth to come into you and understand it, so therefore you can deal with it, you can address it, you can point it out, and you can help other people. And bring them to Jesus, because I'll tell you what, He is the only way. He is the truth, the life, and the way. And no one goes to the Father but through Him. Praise God. Be washed in the blood. Peace and grace, many fish.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, and in the power of His might. Put on the whole armour of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armour of God,